video, I'm going to explain a poem written by Norris, A Tiger in the Zoo. In the poem, the poet brings about a contrast between a tiger's life in the confined space of the cage in the zoo and his life in the forest, where he leads a free and unrestricted life. Let's discuss the word meanings now. Stalks, walks in an angry or proud way. Vivid, very bright or clear. Stripes, long lines. Pads, cushions. Velvet, soft and silky. Rage, violent anger or wild anger. Now the explanation. In the first stanza, the poet depicts a tiger, the dweller of the forest, confined within a cage in a zoo, and his restricted movement in the small space. In the first line, he stands for the tiger. He stalks. He stalks means he moves about proudly but angrily in his vivid stripes. He has a body with long bright lines. Okay, so he is moving in the cage. Where is he moving? He is moving in the cage. He is moving proudly, majestically, and also angrily. So the few steps of his cage. The few steps tell us that the cage is quite small. Okay, so he can move only a few steps as compared to the unrestricted movement in the forest. On pads of velvet quiet, he is not making any sound while moving. Why? Because under his paws, he has a cushion-like thing, okay, which is quite smooth and soft and silky. So it means when the tiger moves, it doesn't make much noise because the paws have the pads. Under the paws, there are pads and which are very soft and silky to touch. Okay, and so it doesn't make any sound. The tiger doesn't make any sound when he moves in his quiet rage. Now the tiger is very angry, as I told you earlier also, that is moving angrily. So why is the tiger angry? Because he has been removed from his natural habitat, that is forest, and caged in a small cage, kept in a small cage where his movement is restricted, where his expression is restricted. So he's feeling helpless. His strength is gone, his freedom is gone. So though he is very angry, but he doesn't express his emotion. Okay, so quiet rage. Rage means anger. He's very angry, but he's not growling, he's not roaring, he's not trying to frighten anybody because he knows he's helpless, he cannot do anything. Now, if you see, the word quiet has been repeated in the third and the fourth line. Two times it has been used. Okay, so it's repeated. So this word indicates the complete silence in the zoo. There is no noise of the birds or other animals as in the forest. Okay, whenever the tiger is visible, so there's a lot of noise in the forest. And moreover, the tiger is very silent as compared to his presence in the forest. In the forest, you can hear the roaring of the tiger. He expresses his anger or discomfort, but not in the zoo. So there's a lot of silence in the cage, in the zoo, even though the tiger is present. Now let's discuss the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, B. Now let's understand how the rhyme scheme is made. For rhyme scheme, we always see the last words of each line, whether they are rhyming with each other or not. Now if we see in the first line, the last word is stripes. Stripes is not rhyming with cage. So we are giving these two words two different letters, A, B. Then we go to the third line, last word, quiet. Quiet doesn't rhyme with any of these two words, so we give it the third letter, that is C. Now let's come to the fourth line. Here you can see rage and cage. They rhyme with each other. So the same letter goes, that is B. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Let's discuss the word meanings. Lurking, waiting secretly. Sliding, moving smoothly and quietly. Waterhole is a small pool of water where animals go to drink. Plump means fat. So, in the first stanza, the tiger is living an unnatural life. Okay. But if he is in his natural environment, that is in the forest, how he should be behaving in the natural environment, how the tiger behaves in the natural environment. So this is his natural life. He should be lurking in shadow. He should be waiting secretly in shadow of the trees, grass, bushes, etc. Sliding through long grass, and he either he waits secretly or he moves very smoothly and quietly through the long grass. Long grass keeps the tiger hidden. Okay, he's not visible. Even the shadows keep the tiger hidden. The long grass keeps the tiger hidden. So near the water hole. So he moves near the water hole. He goes near the water hole. What is the water hole? Water hole can be a small pool of water where animals come to drink water. Okay. So why he hides near the water hole? Why he moves near the water hole? Because he knows some animal may come there to drink water and he can easily attack that animal and have his food. So where plump deer pass. So he knows that some fat deer will come that way to drink water and he can attack that deer and have his food. So this is his natural behavior in the forest. Okay. So let's discuss the rhyme scheme now. The rhyme scheme is same as the first stanza, that is A, B, C, B. So let's see it here. As I told you, for rhyme scheme, we always see the last word or word of each line in the stanza. Now here, shadow doesn't rhyme with grass. The next word is hole, doesn't rhyme with any of these two. So shadow, we'll give shadow A letter, grass B, hole C, and pass rhymes with grass. So the same letter that goes to grass will go to pass, that is B, B. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. Next stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Word meanings. Snarling, making angry sound and showing teeth. Edge, the outer area. Barring, uncovering or showing. Fangs, two long sharp teeth. Claws, nails of animals or birds. Now, in this stanza, the poet continues to describe the expected natural activities and behavior of a tiger in the forest from which he has been deprived when he is put in the cage in the zoo. So, in the cage, he doesn't behave in a natural manner as he would behave in the forest or in his natural habitat. Now, what he should be doing in his natural environment? He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. Snarling means making angry sound, roaring, okay? And angrily he's opening his mouth and see in the picture, this is how he is very angry, okay? And he's roaring, he's showing his teeth, he's expressing his anger. Why is he snarling? Because he's not happy with the human presence near the jungle. Okay, so he doesn't like human interference in his natural environment. Okay, so in order to keep them away, he keeps frightening them occasionally. So, barring his white fangs, he shows his white fangs. What are fangs? Fangs are two long sharp teeth. You can see these in the picture. These are the fangs. Okay, even the snake has fangs. Okay, so these are the long sharp teeth, fangs. Okay, and his claws. You can see the sharp claws, the sharp claws, okay, terrorizing the village. So when the villagers hear the loud roar of the tiger, they get terrorized because the tiger will not hesitate to attack them also. So in this stanza we see that when the tiger in his natural environment, he not only frightens the animals but also the human beings. He has that strength to frighten even the human beings. Now the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the stanza is same as the first two stanzas, that is A, B, C, B. Next stanza. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. The word meanings. Concrete means made of sand and cement. Cell means a small room. Bars means long, rigid pieces of wood or metal used as an obstruction. Stalking means walking angrily or proudly. Now, the explanation. The word but in the first line signifies that the animal who is capable enough to frighten men finds himself helpless behind the bars of the cage in the zoo. You can see how the tiger is kept behind the bars. Means he is kept in the cage. So it has bars. These are the bars. You can see the bars. They are either made of metal or of wood so that the animal cannot escape the cage. Okay. So, in the zoo, the tiger is locked in a small room made of concrete. What is concrete? Concrete is a combination of sand and cement which makes that structure very hard to break. Okay, so the tiger is locked in a small room which is made of concrete. His strength behind bars. This means the bars have restricted his movement and power. The tiger is now not free to behave the way he wants to behave. His power, his movement is limited because of the small area of the cage and also because of these bars. He cannot escape this area, the cage. Okay, stalking the length of his cage. So, as he is captured and locked in the concrete cell of the cage, he can only walk up and down the cage. Okay, he can only walk down in the cage. Only that limited area is available to him to walk about, as compared to the forest, which is quite vast and he can move about anywhere. But in the cage, the area is limited and he can only walk in that limited area. Okay, so that's the only space available for him to walk. So walking arrogantly in the cramped space of the cage, feeling uneasy, angry, uncomfortable, he shows no interest in the visitors. He is ignoring visitors, means he shows no interest in the visitors because he cannot terrify them or pounce upon them. Moreover, he is made an object of entertainment. He hates the menfolk around him. Okay, he cannot tolerate them. So that is why he is ignoring those visitors. Okay, now let's see the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the stanza is same as all previous stanzas A, B, C, B. The last stanza of the poem. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The word meaning. The word patrolling means keeping watch. Now, the explanation. At night, the caged tiger hears the last voice of patrolling cars. Cars that keep a watch at night, that everything is in order. The poet uses the word voice, ironically, for the sound of cars because in the zoo, the tiger cannot hear the voices of other animals as he can in the forest. So the only voice or sound he hears is the sound of the patrolling cars. The tiger keeps staring at the beautiful stars, shining brightly at night. The tiger's eyes shine brightly at night, probably because of his deep desire for a free life in the natural environment represented by the star-studded open sky. Now, If you notice, in the last stanza, there's a repetition of the word brilliant in the last two lines. Okay. Now, brilliant stars and brilliant eyes. The stars are shining at night, and the tiger has his eyes shining in the darkness of the night, expressing his longing, a strong desire for the freedom that the stars enjoy in the vast, unlimited sky. So, that this is the relation between the word brilliant in the two different lines. Now, we'll discuss the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Rhyme scheme is same as all the previous stanzas, that is A, B, C, B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. That's all.